Let's move on to the Liverpool City game. I thought that was a pretty good game.
It was. It was really open. I enjoyed it. First half especially.
It was real fun. It was a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
First goal, Skirtle with a header off the corner kick.
What a header.
But, that was a mistake that led up to that corner kick. It was a mistake by Vincent Kompany.
Yep.
Because I think Gerrard crosses the ball, and Kompany kind of slices at it, and it just goes over the bar.
Hey, why didn't Lescott play? That was weird, because I didn't think Colo Torre would ever play for City again.
Colo Torre just looked so slow.
Well, no, and he was he got in trouble with Mancini late last season. I honestly thought he was gone in the off season. I don't know how he's still there.
Was he nursing an injury or something?
No, I have no idea. No idea what's going on with Lescott. But
Colo Torre does not partner up pretty well with Kompany, I don't think.
No, and he guarantees
he's underrated.
He guarantees you at least 5-6 goals a season.
He brings in some goals.
Yeah.
He's huge in the air, both defensively and offensively. Yep. He's got pace. He's a good player. I don't know why people give him such a hard time. I like him. I'll tell you what, Liverpool looked pretty lively.
Yeah.
They have Gerrard spraying these balls left and right. He doesn't do as much running anymore, which is fine. He's like doing the Ryan Giggs kind of role, but except he's way younger. Ryan Giggs is like 47. They have Borini and Suarez up front. Those guys are difficult to defend against.
Well, Suarez especially. I hate to say that he's a good player, but he will break.
Tricky.
He just breaks people.
He's just tricky, man. It's hard to defend him.
You don't know where he's going, and he goes there.
You don't. His feet move so quickly, head down, teeth to the ground.
That's what puts him in balance.
Plowing his way with his teeth, like
his big chompers keep him in balance. And man, he scored a terrific free kick.
You know who else was really impressive this game?
Who?
Balotelli.
No, he wasn't. He was terrible.
I'm just kidding. He was horrible. Who is this guy?
He barely even played.
So overrated because he doesn't have the mental ability to do that. He doesn't have the focus. He doesn't have the positive mental attitude.
You know who's got positive mental attitude and consistency?
Who?
Tevez. I'll say this. He's been their best striker.
But you know what Tevez has that Balotelli doesn't have?
What?
Hard work.
Well,
Balotelli is a lazy bum. All right? He's lazy. He doesn't want to work hard. He doesn't care about being a footballer. He just doesn't care enough. That's his problem. That's why he'll never score 20 goals a season for any club that he plays for. Let me just give you a couple of stats on Balotelli, how bad he was. He touched the ball less than any other Manchester City player. He lost the ball more than anyone else. He had 60% pass completion, and he had one shot, and that went on into row Z. That's how awful he was. And he was subbed after 62 minutes for Dzeko. That's just bad. I mean, Aguero is injured, and here's his chance to cement his starting spot. And the guy just doesn't care.
Yeah, I was going to say Dzeko gets the next start, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Silva gets that next start, and he stays with Tevez as a lone striker.
I like it. So do I mean, bring in Dzeko if necessary.
Yeah.
But I would rather have that than Balotelli because you just never know what you're going to get with him.
I mean, Silva hasn't gotten any minutes yet this season because, he came back late from the Olympics. But
that is the worst situation for a manager. It's the same thing with Nani.
Yeah.
Managers just don't want that. They would rather have a guy who gives you an 8 out of 10 every single game of the season versus Nani who gives you a 10 for 3 games. Then the next 2 games, he's a 2.
Yeah, you're starting to sound like
a
Mourinho.
2.
You know who Mourinho said that about?
Who?
Paulo Ferreira. He said he is a guy who will every single game give you at least a 7.
That's fine. That's great. That's what you want as a manager because you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Valencia gives you an 8 every single game. You know what you're getting out of Valencia.
Yeah. No matter where he plays. Let's wrap up this game. I thought Liverpool was unlucky to get the win. They deserved it.
Yeah, that Liverpool second goal, the free kick, direct free kick.
Yeah, it was a great free kick.
Yeah, but you know what? Whose fault that is? That's Joe Hart's fault. Because I thought that should have been a 5-man wall. And he never puts a guy on the post, directly marking the post. He didn't move the wall left enough. Yeah. His left. That's poor goalkeeping. He should have set up the wall better, and he was lazy. Joe Hart has a history of being a drunk and a partier. So he was probably partying the night before. And this is what happens. He's lacks focus. Yeah, with Carroll.
And Balotelli,
Andy Carroll.
I guess.
And Balotelli. Andy Carroll, Balotelli. Listen, Andy Carroll, Balotelli, and Joe Hart walk into a bar. Fill in the rest.
All right, bottom line, 2 Liverpool errors cost them 2 points. Mancini was, I think, more than ecstatic at the end of that game for getting a point away at Liverpool. He looked happy.
Yeah.
He even said it. He said, going down twice and coming back, getting a point is very good.
Let's do a quick mention of some other standouts this week.
Right.
We have Hazard and is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Hazard, yeah.
Hazard and Torres. I think they have a great combination.
Yeah. Well, Chelsea looks great without Terry and Lampard, I think.
I that's my point. I've said that for a long time. Those guys are like anchors.
Last season, it cost AVB his job trying to do that.
There are 2 anchors sitting there. You need mobile guys nowadays.
Right.
I mean, the Premier League is not a slow league, and you have Lampard there, he's got these tight pants underneath because his muscles just don't stretch anymore. He can barely move.
He's still a great player. He's still
He
got
needs to be
another
playing
year
at
left.
West Ham.
And
He's
so
just
is
past
Terry.
his prime.
So is
He's
Terry
done.
in the back. Well, I tell you what, Hazard is, I'll give you this stat, right? So he's got 1 goal and 6 assists. And Chelsea have scored 8 goals.
Wow.
So that's 7 out of 8 goals is this kid.
That's impressive.
He's really good.
Yeah,
and
see.
you know what? He's making the best thing about this is he's making Torres better.
Yeah, Torres looks good. But you know what? I've said it all along. Even last year, Torres, when he's playing, he gets involved.
Right.
It's not just, I mean, yeah, his job is to score goals, I understand. But it's not like he's having a bad game.
Right.
He's involved with all the teammates. He distributes the ball well.
Yep.
He checks to the ball.
Well,
and
he makes
holds
good
it really
runs.
well with his back to the goal. He turns really well.
And he opens up.
He
Opens up the game.
He opens up the game. He gets everyone involved, all the midfielders involved.
Listen, Chelsea are looking pretty good.
They look good.
At times they look really good. At times they look shaky, just like they did last season. But let me tell you something. I'll put this little prospect out for you. Imagine a Fernando Torres, Mata, Hazard, and Ramirez in top form at the same time. I don't want to be any defense going up against that.
Yeah, I hope Mourinho faces them sometime in the Champions League so he can shut his mouth.
Oh, Mourinho. Well, they just
terrible.
picked up Luka Modric today. They bought him.
He's terrible.
Well,
Overrated.
Whose job is he supposed to take? Kaká's in that midfield?
They needed him this last game because they look like chickens with their heads cut off. They get near Getafe's goal and then they don't know what to do. They just keep knocking the ball sideways and sideways and sideways. You know, you need Kaká's experience and ability near the box.
Let's come back to the Premier League. A couple other things to mention. I mean, you mentioned them early. Swansea, undefeated. They can
beat Real Madrid right now.
8-0.
Same with Everton. Everton are a tough team. David Moyes is one of the best managers in the Premier League, if not the best.
I agree.
He's incredible. I mean, the way he has his team with these players, they're not superstars.
Nope.
They're never superstars in his team. People keep poaching his team, taking all the stars. They didn't take Baines yet. That's just a matter of time. And he still pulls through. And I think they're going to be competing for top 5, top 6 this season. Everton, Swansea will be pulling 8th, 9th place for them. Top 10 would be great. You know, they might wear off towards the end of the season. It's natural.
They're going to be competing with teams like Tottenham and Arsenal. AVB felt he had a win finally under his belt. Nah.
It's hard to go to West Ham and win a game, get some points.
And Stoke.
Because they fight so hard at home. Stoke. Yeah. All these teams. There's so many.
And West
Swansea,
Brom.
Everton, Fulham.
It's tough
These
to go
teams
anywhere.
are going to be hard to beat. It's not going to be. Might be one of the most interesting seasons yet in the Premier League.
I hope so.
And I can't wait.